Hey there, Kipsters! I found a quiet spot in the library so that we could talk about how paragraphs can support main ideas of a text or a passage. As a reminder, the main idea is the most important idea in a text. Teachers, pause. Can you have a Kipster come off mute? Read loud and proud number 1. Thanks, Kipster. Number 2, the main idea is what the whole text is about and what the author wants the reader to learn or understand about the text. Let's read it again. This time, I want Kipsters to read along with me. I should see everyone tracking the screen with their mouth mirroring mine. It is what the whole text is about and what the author wants the reader to learn and understand about the text. I saw so many Kipsters reading with me. Thanks for following directions. The main idea is what the author wants the reader to learn or understand in the whole text. Number 3, paragraphs in a text can support the main idea by providing reasons or evidence that proves the main idea is true. So this means that in each paragraph is adding information to support the main idea, using evidence to show facts. When I think of support, I think of like holding up. This is how I remind Kipsters to show support. Kipsters, can you show me showing support? Raising it up. Awesome. When we are examining the text and identifying the main idea, we can use these reading, thinking steps to guide us. It's an easy-to-use outline for success. Number 1, identify the main idea of the passage or text. This includes the title. This is how the reader had caught your attention and gives you insight into the reading. Also, the beginning of the text, the introduction as we know it, when the author states the important idea. The end of text, the conclusion, restating the intro, restating the main idea. And lastly, photos. These help support the text and provide a visual for information. I want to give you 5 seconds to type into the chat, identify. Teachers, you too. 4, 3, 2, oh, they're rolling in quick. 1. Great. Thanks for following directions, Kipsters. After you skim the article, looking at the title, beginning, ending, and photos, you're ready to read that specific paragraph to learn more. Teachers, pause. I'm looking for a Kipster to quickly come off mute and read number 2 loud and proud. That was great, thank you. Everyone, I want you to type read into the chat. That's our clue for number 2. Teachers, you too, typing read into the chat. Oh, I see it coming in. Great job. After we've read the specific paragraph, what do we need to do for step 3? I need a Kipster to quickly come off mute and read 3 loud and proud. Thanks so much. I want to give everybody 5 seconds to type underline into the chat. Underline is what step 3 is all about. Teachers, you type underline too. I see so many Kipsters following directions. Good job, teachers. Now that we've reached our final step, step 4, we need to ask ourselves, how does this paragraph support the main idea or prove that it's true? So we're thinking about the main idea and asking if the evidence we found is supporting the main idea. Is it all gelling together? Everybody, I want you to type ask into the chat. That's what we're going to do for step 4. Type ask. Teachers, you too. So many Kipsters are typing ask. Great job, analyzers. We are now ready to put everything we learned into practice. Step 1, identify. I'm trying to identify the main idea of this passage or text. Teachers, pause. Can I get a Kipster to come off mute and read loud and proud the title of this text? That is a very powerful title. I think I know what the author wants me to learn, but I also need to look at my beginning and ending of the text. Teachers, pause. Can I have a Kipster come off mute and please read the first and last sentence of the text? The two sentences in green. Thanks so much. No pictures for this one, so we're ready to identify the main idea. Looking at the title and the first and last sentences of this passage, I believe that this passage is going to be about how video games are not good for our health. Step 2. Go back and read the specific paragraph. While I read the paragraph, I want you Kipsters to be whisper reading it with me. So I should see your mouth mirroring mine, and you should be tracking the screen. To be healthy, young people need to stay active. They need to get outside, they need to exercise. People who play video games spend too much time sitting, staring at a television or computer. They don't spend enough time being active. Thanks for reading along with me, Kipsters. Now I feel like I have a better understanding of the main idea. Video games are bad for your health. Step 3. We need to go back through and underline the text evidence that we think is going to support our main idea. So I'm looking through. To be healthy, we need to be active, we need to go outside, they need exercise. Ooh, I think that's important. People who play video games spend too much time sitting. Ooh, that sounds important. Staring at a television or computer screen. They don't spend enough time being active. I think that concluding statement is very strong. So now that I've completed steps 1, 2, and 3, I can look over the text evidence that I underlined to make sure that it is supporting the main idea, to make sure it's strong evidence. So now I'm going to do my ask, my step 4. I can see in this paragraph the author is telling the reader people who play video games spend too much time sitting, and they don't spend enough time being active. This is supporting the main idea. Video games are bad for your health. So looking at the annotations I made in my reading thinking steps, I'm now ready to answer the question that I'm being asked. How does paragraph 2 support the main idea of the passage? I'm going to look through each possible answer one at a time, thinking about if it relates back to the annotations in my text. So A, it shows that exercise is good for your heart. Well, I know exercise is good for your heart, but I don't notice any references to the heart in my annotation. B, it shows that video games do not allow people to be active. Well, my annotations did mention being active a couple of times, and I think there's text evidence to support it, but I need to read the other two answers before I make a decision. C, it shows that video games are bad for your brain. I didn't read anything about video games being bad for your brain. I'm moving on to D. It shows that video games allow people to relax. Even though you're sitting when you're playing video games, I don't see in the text how it can be relaxing. And I know from personal experience, video games can be fun and exciting. Based off the information from the text, I believe the author is wanting me to understand that video games do not allow people to be active. So my answer is B. Okay, Kipsters, I just showed you how I use the reading thinking steps to understand the main idea of the text. With my annotations, I was able to focus in on the most important text evidence, so I was prepared to accurately answer the problem I was faced with. Now you're going to practice with a guided reading, improve your skills with the independent practice, and show your knowledge with the formative exit ticket. You got this.